Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that can feel like a real maze, pricing for an IoT platform. Specifically, we're diving into Favoriot. If you've ever thought about an Internet of Things project, you know that picking the right plan can be, well, a bit overwhelming. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you, nice and simple.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's start with the big picture. What's your idea? What are you dreaming of building with IoT? Is it a cool smart home device? Maybe a network of sensors for a farm? Or something massive, like a whole smart city system? Whatever it is, get that picture clear in your mind. Because by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly which plan is going to be the perfect launchpad to make that vision a reality.
All right, here's what we've got on the agenda today. We're going to walk through the whole journey, starting with the free plan, then looking at how you can scale up. We'll touch on the big league enterprise solution and even a special tool for when you're juggling multiple projects. And at the end, we'll pull it all together so you can figure out what's the perfect fit for you. So let's kick things off. The most important thing to get right from the start is how you think about these plans. Don't just see them as a boring list of features and prices. Instead, think of them as a roadmap, a journey that takes your project from just a spark of an idea all the way to a full-blown business. And honestly, that idea of a journey is exactly what Favoriot is all about. Their whole mission is to give you a solid platform to connect things, make sense of the data, and then do something innovative with it. It's all about one thing, really, turning that stream of data into meaningful action. Okay, so where does any big journey begin? At step one, right? And when it comes to tech projects, that first step absolutely has to be risk-free. That's where the free plan comes in. Think of it as the perfect sandbox to play in and build your first castle. So check this out. It costs you $0 for life. And because it's on the Favoriot cloud, you don't have to worry about setting anything up. You get to connect one device, you get one dashboard to see your data, and a 500 API call limit per day. Now, what does that mean? It means you can send or receive 500 little packets of information every day. Look, you're not going to launch a commercial product with this, but that's not the point. It is perfect for testing out your idea, getting comfortable with the platform, and building that all-important first proof of concept. All right, so you've played in the sandbox, you've built something cool, and you've proven your concept works. Now it's time to get serious. This is where we step up to the growth plans. We're moving from a personal experiment to a real professional solution. Let's take a look at how these next levels work. The first big jump you'll make is from the light plan to the beginner plan. Think of the light plan as your serious prototype stage. The API calls jump, and I mean jump, to 10,000 a day, and you can connect up to 50 devices. But what happens when you're ready to go live, when real users start using your product? That's when you need the beginner plan. It bumps you up to 50,000 daily calls and, this is key, unlimited devices. Suddenly, you're not just testing anymore, you're ready to grow. Now, this next leap is fascinating because it's not just about more data. It's about going from having a product to building a business. You see, the beginner plan gives you some basic stats, which is great for just watching what's happening. But the developer plan? Whoa, it completely changes the game. You get advanced analytics, you can run actual machine learning models for things like forecasting, and you can bring in outside data. This is the point where your IoT project stops being a feature and becomes a core intelligence gathering part of your business. And to power all that, the developer plan gives you a huge increase in capacity. We're talking 500,000 API calls every single day. And again, this isn't just a bigger number. It's what allows you to build a much more complex, sophisticated application that can handle a ton of active users without breaking a sweat. And with that kind of horsepower, you unlock some seriously powerful tools. We're way beyond just collecting data now. You can run machine learning models, you can manage gateways right at the edge of your network and push out firmware updates remotely. You can automatically send your data to other services you use, set up automated controls, and even create sub-accounts for your own customers. This isn't just a plan anymore, it's a full-on platform for you to build on. But what if even that's not enough? What if your project is so big, so important, that it's absolutely mission critical? You know, the kind of deployment where things simply cannot go wrong. Well, for that, you've got the enterprise solution. The easiest way to think about the enterprise plan is this. It's the developer plan with all the limits taken off and all the control handed over to you. We're talking unlimited API calls. You can host it wherever you want, on your own servers, in a private cloud, you name it. You decide how long to keep your data. It's basically a custom white glove service for when your entire operation revolves around IoT. Okay,
let's switch gears for a second. Everything we've talked about so far has been about building one IoT project, right? But what if you're, say, a developer or a consultant who's building solutions for lots of different clients? You need to manage multiple, separate projects. Well, for that specific need, there's a totally different tool called the Favoriot Platform Manager. So, what is this thing? Think of it as a master control panel or like an air traffic control tower. You're not using it to build the IoT solution yourself. Instead, you're using it to create and manage lots of separate individual Favoriot accounts for all your clients. Each client gets their own little walled-off garden, and you get to oversee everything from one central place.
And you've got two main flavors of this. There's the Favoriot Cloud option, which is a subscription where they handle all the hosting for you. It's the easy button. Then there's Enterprise Plus. This is for when you want to own the whole thing. You buy a lifetime license, you install it on your own servers, and you have complete control and unlimited capacity. It really boils down to that classic choice. Do you want convenience or do you want total control?
Whew. Okay, that was a lot of information.
So now for the big question. How do you figure out which of these is the right one for you? Let's boil it all down into a super simple framework to help you make that call.
This chart really tells the whole story, doesn't it? It's that journey we talked about. You start with an idea. The free plan is a no-brainer. You're ready to build a real prototype. Light is where you go. Your product is actually out there in the wild. Beginner has you covered. Your business runs on this data. You're going to need the power of the developer plan. And if it absolutely positively has to work 24/7, that's when you have the enterprise conversation. So here it is, your 3-step checklist. It's super simple. Just ask yourself these questions. 1. Scale. How many devices are we talking? Not just today, but down the road. 2. Data. What are you going to do with it? Just watch it, or do you need it to predict the future with machine learning? And 3. Control. Are you cool with using Favoriot's cloud, or do you need to have this running on your own gear? Answer those 3, and the right plan will pretty much jump out at you.
And just like that, we're back where we started. Remember that idea you had in your head? Now that you can see the entire path laid out, from that first free experiment all the way to a global mission-critical system, you should have a much clearer picture of where to begin. So the only question left is, which plan is going to be the launchpad for your idea?